All right, greetings everyone. Just come here today to talk to y'all. Maybe I can be a blessing to somebody. I don't like the word blessing. Once I found out that the origin of that word has to do with blood sacrifice, I said, well, I'm gonna try not to use it. Yeah, I'm gonna stop using it, but I try not to because words are very important. In this English language, man, you be cursing yourself out and don't even know it. Like I was talking to somebody the other day and she kept saying, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice." I say, nice means stupid, right? She said, "What?" She got offended. I said, "Well, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying that's the word. Don't take it personal." Yeah, this English language is something. So welcome everybody. My name is Rashid, and I come here to be a blessing to somebody. In other words, I've been known to assist people who needed assistance. I've got a record of assisting people. They might come in cursing me, but however, they will leave with a smile on their face saying, that's a wise old fella. Because whatever you learn, you got to learn from a person. And that person may just say a few words that can change your life forever. Yeah, it happened to me. So I want to pass it on. I want to pay it forward. Be an inspiration to somebody else. See a lot of people in the queue, but nobody's coming on. Okay, I'll wait. While I'm waiting, let me just talk about this planetary alignment that's going on this month. And this is very special because it coincides with the new moon. The new moon came into I think it's the orbit of, the moon is in Aries, I believe. I gotta go back and check. However, each of the planets, also the ones that have moons, is new. So I think this is a good time to tune yourself up. That's all alignment is. You want to be in alignment with things. It's like a tuning fork. You've been in music class with your teacher had a tuning fork to make sure you was in the right key, the right vibration. Look at the planets as tuning forks. So write down your intentions. Well, I recite minds, you know, during various times of the day. I think the most, for me, the best times are sunrise and sunset, the break of the sun. Soon you see that light come out in the sky, the darkness disappears. You don't have to really be light out, but you know it's on the way because the earth is making its rotation and it's coming to the light of the sun. They call that dawn, I believe. Usually it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. And then sunset, that's when it leaves that light of the sun. Twilight, they call it twilight. Come on, chat, liven up in here now. I got some pictures of some Egyptian We can talk about all these things. Come on in. You're welcome to come on in. And I'm not going to say the YouTube moderators are doing this. I think people just not available. It's kind of late. They kind of waited kind of late to come on. So people got to go to work. They're going to work. I'm learning the 99 divine names. And I'm always learning something to use my mind because you use it or lose it. Your mind has muscles just like your body. You call it muscle memory, right? Well, guess why my theory is why people lose their memories because they don't use it enough. You got to use your memory, challenge your mind, you know? Once I memorized the presidents and the years, I was able to relate history. History became more fluid because I can associate who the president was during that year and what was going on. I put myself there. You know, it's funny because once I come in and want to talk, usually nobody's here to talk. And when I'm coming here with a message and don't really want to talk, a lot of people coming in. I guess it depends on the time I come in and the availability of the people. I don't think nobody's watching me to. I don't know if you can't even cut off the channel where people can't come in. I don't think that can happen. Anyway, let me just say to don't let this time of the season of alignment of the planetary alignments pass by without you raking in some of that energy. It's for us. All these things are for us to raise our vibration. You know, all the planets are getting in alignment. What does that mean, getting in alignment? That means they're becoming one in their vibration. You know, if you're not in alignment with others, hmm. if you're not aligned with someone, if you're out of alignment with someone, that's where mistrust, hatred, envy, jealousy, all these negative things come in. Because you don't know where people are coming from. So you try to be, that's why most people be in alignment with people they know. They associate with people they know. Otherwise, if you don't know anyone, you can be very fearful. And I've been noticing how people walk around with their head hanging down. And I ask myself, why do they do that? I think it's fear. I think it's shame. When they see you, they are ashamed. They can't hold their head up high. Hmm. That's a bad position to be in. I will try to get out of that position because that must be a hell of a place to live in shame and hatred and doubt. I wouldn't want to be there. Okay, thank you coming in. Thank you coming in. Hey, what's going on? Okay, on the top right we got the pyramids, and that's something I can talk about. How many of y'all heard Kevin Hart get roasted when he said that the Egyptians was black people, dark-skinned people? I mean, I recommend everyone get an Ethiopian Bible. All the images in there are non-Caucasoid people, looking more like the people in that part of the planet in that time. I mean, you got to be truthful, and if you're going to put images, you got to be truthful. And I say to people in the tribes, people who've lost their identity or identity been stolen or you gave it away or whatever, uh, that's because you've never seen images of yourself as a divine being. You've always had you as a clown or a murderer. Very few images, positive images of us, so-called Indians or indigenous people. They call us so many names. That's where the confusion come in. That you don't know who you are. First thing, as long as you're calling yourself by a name someone else call you, you adding to your lack of knowledge. You add into your ignorance because nowhere do our ancestors in our history call themselves black. That's what the Europeans called us because we was a much darker hue than them. But we didn't always call ourselves that. In the civilized days, in ancient days, you call yourself by your place of origin, not by the color of their skin. And that's you when you do that, you're saying you're not a child of God. You're not in the image of God. Calling yourself a color, that's so negative. Any color, white or black, you should be calling yourself. When you know who your ancestors are, call yourself by your ancestral roots. Call yourself by your ancestral roots. If you don't know them, shame on you. You can find out. If you don't have grandparents or somebody in the family that's not in your Bible, go research your name. I would not say go get a DNA because that's been proven unreliable. And they tell you on the forums it's just for entertainment purposes. But you can research your family name and find its origin. And you may get in luck in the census and find out a whole lot about your ancestral. It's right there in the census. You know, the census are coming out more and more. A lot of times they was restricting the census. You just couldn't find them. Now census are all online. You do not even have to go to a library a lot of times. You can find it all on ancestry.com. So if you haven't done that work, you should do it. Because knowing who you are, if you don't know, how can you teach your children? If you don't know who you are, why would you have children and not tell them who they are? Because you don't know. That's very disservice to your children.